Trying to like get in the groove, you know? You gotta get into the groove, you know? Mike.
Mike who?
Mike Wazowski. Hi, Rebecca. Have you ever noticed when you look at recipes from the 40's, everything is always covered in gelatin?
Yes.
Yes, it's weird, right? We're gonna play into that today. What we're going to be doing is what I like to call, this recipe likes to call, jellied beef mold.
Okay, so today's ingredients are parsley, pepper, salt, onions, frozen beef, that should have been thawed by now, gelatin, pickles,
Celery, and Campbell's beef with red wine sauce. So let me take a look at this recipe here. We're about to get casual. Come in close. Hey. Directions. In a pan, add beef. Okay, so let me get one thing straight here. It calls for boneless chuck of beef, and then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to like boil it, I think. Take the beef out, put it in a food processor, and then use the water that you boiled the beef chuck in, and you're supposed to use that as a condensed beef consommé. I'll put it right here. We're not doing that today because I don't have a food processor. So what I thought we would do instead is use some ground beef that I had in the freezer. I don't know what I'm doing. I was in the wrong drawer. I live here. You'd think I know which drawer it was in. Let's go. Rebecca, why is there a hair in my pot? Get that shit out of here. I love this. It's so good. Yeah, no, you're good. Okay. You know what? How about I use this one? You know what? How about I move this over? You know what? How about I move this over? You know what? How would I move this over? Does this do anything for you? Ooh. Oh, whoa, thank you. Chuck it like a ninja star. I know it's a good one when I see Beck's face light up behind the camera. So we're just gonna make the beef. Give me the beef. No, I don't want that. Last time that we did one of these videos, I was kind of like, not like trying to make it like a professional cooking, because you know how it's like, oh, so now we do the onions, and now we do the saffron, and we sprinkle the saffron on top, and then we fold in the cheese. I was kind of, vibing with that a little bit. I was like, okay, so now we'll do the onion, and now I'm just kind of like, I just get it all in there. Just put it in the pot. You take that stuff that you got, you put it in the pot. So what I'm thinking, again, because this isn't what the recipe calls for, we're supposed to actually use beef chuck. What I'm thinking is I'll just take this, I'll drain it, and then I bought this. This is what the beef chuck turns into. Consommé is like I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm gonna keep saying it. Consommé is like a more refined broth. It's like broth with all the impurities boiled out of it. I don't really care. So we're just gonna go with it. This might take a few minutes. on account of it still being frozen. Rest assured, I took this out last night and I thought it would be thawed by the time that it's time to go. It's currently 1:30 in the afternoon on Saturday. It's delicious. I don't know if you guys have ever cooked beef from frozen before, but like, you need to be patient, you know? And this one I have full intentions on eating, by the way. The last one I felt bad because we threw away like actual real food. As disgusting as I thought it was, I still felt bad. So I'm gonna try my best to eat it. Like, I don't think this one's gonna be that bad. Like,
Not as bad.
no, definitely not. Like, here's the thing: is
It doesn't have oysters.
doesn't have oysters. I like beef. I like celery. I like onions, and I like pickles. Gelatin. It's unflavored. It'll just take on the flavor of the beef broth. That's what it does. It's kind of like tofu. Tofu is not bad. It's just, it's flavorless. It takes on the flavors of the things around it. So like, if my math is correct, like, this should be fine. Now, here's another tricky part. I don't have what are those gelatin pans called?
But
The bunt. That's also what I do when I try and win at baseball.
bunt.
I don't have one of those. So what we got to do is we got to come up with an alternative. It's bad right now just because it was frozen. I think it'll be alright. I've cooked frozen beef before. You know what? Shut your mouth. Shut the hell up. Shut your mouth, phone. You know what I think? I think I should have thought of a subject matter to speak about before I started talking again. Because I wasn't thinking, my brain was empty, dude. Sometimes I'll just talk, and I won't have anything to talk about. But I'll be like, hey, you know what I was thinking about? And then just my brain naturally fills in the blanks. It's kind of a skill. See, watch, I'll do it right now. You know what I was just thinking about? I was thinking about how, you could probably put candy canes in like a pot and like melt them down and have one big candy cane instead of like several smaller candy canes. She doesn't like that one. Hey, Peter. That is really good though. That's my first coffee of the day. 1:30 in the afternoon, I'm usually on like my 4th or 5th. That is looking good. I messed with that. Oh, bruh. Baked beans, dude. Bush's brand, home style, tangy sauce with bacon and brown sugar, baked beans. It's empty. It's what I'm gonna put the grease in. I really shouldn't have put like such emphasis on the baked beans because it's really inconsequential. But you know what you can do is you can layer your meats. You can layer your greases. So for this baked beans, I'll put the ground beef in right here. It'll be like this tall. And then for the next one, maybe I'll have like bacon or something. And then it'll go in there too, and it kind of layers itself. It kind of layers itself like a soap, like an oil, soap, water, air type of layering. I'm mostly just filling time until this is done. What do you think of our Burgundy Paderno brand pan? Our not sponsored by Paderno. But Paderno, you know, I got like 40 views on my last video, so like if you wanted to sponsor me, I'm kind of a big deal. That's like a full classroom full of people. So if you had like a classroom full of people, just for instance, you'd have that many people possibly buying your pot. Am I supposed to season this? What am I supposed to do here? Okay, in pan. Okay, let's read this. In pan, add beef water. We're not doing that. Remove the meat. That's step 2. We will be doing that. That is a process that needs to be done. Put the meat through the food chop. No food chopper today. Cool the broth. We don't have any broth. It's already cooled. It's been cooled already. So the first 4 steps, we actually don't even need to do. In a bowl, soften gelatin in 2 tablespoons of broth. In a bowl, soften gelatin in 2 tablespoons of broth. What does that mean? What does that mean? How do I make this? Knox tip, a metal pan or bowl chills faster than a glass or plastic container. So true. That's so true. Grocery list. Knox, milk, sugar, cocoa, vanilla, 500 milliliter whipped cream. So true. That's so true. Ingredients. Gelatin. So true. Oh, it's got instructions on it. Thank you. I'm so glad. Okay. Pour 1 pouch over 1/4 cup liquid. Add 1/4 cup boiling water and stir constantly until completely dissolved. For 1 pouch over 1/4 cup. So we gotta get a 1/4 cup. Add a 1/4 cup of boiling water. Okay. It's clean. 1/4 cup. Pour 1 pouch over 1/4 cup of liquid. So we use this. In bowl, soften gelatin in 2 tablespoons of broth.
So then use just water for
Yeah?
the liquid.
Oh, chill. Are you sure?
Maybe. I don't know.
What if... Okay.
You want extra beefy?
Yeah. I mean, why not? Okay, here's one. I got one for you. Why don't we, instead of using water, just use more broth? Does that sound like a good idea? Could you understand what I just said there?
Yeah.
I know you could. You are an expert in mumbleology. Because I mumble so damn much. Does that sound like a good idea? It's delicious. Okay. So we're gonna do this. And this, I don't even know if this is gonna work or not. Quarter cup. Right? I've never worked with gelatin before. Why you're so tall. You're so high up right now. Whoa. That's crazy. Trusty spoon makes a return from the last video. Oh, it's already like jelly. We need like this, I think. Paderno brand. We're not sponsored yet, but did I tell you the amount of views that I got on my last video? Think about it. Think about it. Gotta cook the celery and onion until tender. But still slightly firm.
want it.
Oh, okay. I swear to God, I have no idea what I'm doing. It's like I'm reading a different language when I'm looking at this recipe. Maybe you guys can. I'm gonna be posting it in the comments. Maybe you guys can, or in the description. Maybe you guys can figure something out. In the remaining broth. See, here's my problem: is we don't have any remaining broth because we never made some to begin with. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to estimate how much broth I think there should be. And then I'll cook with that. So here we go. Are you ready? You ready? That should be enough, right? How's that? That looks like an appropriate amount? Because we're just cooking celery and onions. Celery and onions. You want to watch my attempt at draining this? See that? Okay, let me preface this by saying I don't have a lid big enough for this pot. Here we go. Okay, that wasn't nearly as much as I thought it would be. That's the first layer. The second layer may be anything from pork to more beef to more pork to more beef even? I don't know. You can't see Beck right now, but she's doing one of these with the camera. It's really funny. Oh, while that's heating up, how was that? That was pretty good, eh? Wait, actually though? Wait, actually though? Wait, actually though? See that? This is on the floor. I'm gonna get a new one. Should we do a full onion or should we do a half onion? Knife. Oh! Remember this? Knife from the other video? That's a callback. You remember that? That was a callback that I just did right there. Ew. It's kind of brown. These are new. We just bought these. That's not good. What if I just did this? No more brown. Wow, problem solved, eh? They feel good still.
I just used one.
Yeah, we literally just bought these, like, not that long ago. I gotta, like, it's hard to...
Sorry.
Good. I gotta... How do I... Watch this. That seems dangerous. How's that? Get it in there, dude. Don't want that not in there anymore. I don't know if anybody noticed this, especially with the glaring window behind me. This isn't a professional recording studio. Maybe one day it will be. Paderno, it's in your hands. I'll do the other side. Ah! Get that out of there. Do you have to wash celery before cutting it up? Should you? Probably, eh?
Maybe. I don't know.
That means I gotta get all my stuff off of this. Oh, dude. This is the worst. Whose idea was this? Yo, you want a pickle? You want... Are you like hella zoomed in right now? I can't. It's... Hey. Hey. How you doing? How you doing? I'm Joey from Friends. How you doing? You see that? There's leaves flying all over the damn place. How much celery should we do? Chop. Chop. Celery smells disgusting.
Smells like grass.
Does actually smell like grass. One stalk. I wish I had like more room. How's that? How's that for conserving space? Here's a pro kitchen tip for you loser cookers out there. If you don't have enough kitchen space, just start stacking stuff on top of your spices. Eventually, you'll have enough kitchen space because it's all on top of the spices. You know what I mean? Can you imagine if I like cut my finger off on camera? Watch this move. Whoa! Was that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that look? That looks pretty good. What the hell? That looks like a real meal.
I fogged up the camera.
Did it? Oh no! Can you see? Can you see? Hey! Everybody!
It's fixed.
Oh. Did I help or?
Yes.
Mamma mia. Get that off of there. Truly incredible. It's a little cold now. It's a little cold. It's just a little bit cold now. It's just a little bit cold. Do we need this again? Let me check the recipe. The recipe. Add enough broth to the consomme to make 2 cups. In the remaining broth, cook celery, onion until tender but slightly firm. Alfred Dentist. Al dente. Drain, reserving the broth. Combine celery, onion, and pickles with meat. In pan, add enough broth to the consomme to make 2 cups. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yep, just flying by the seat of my pants here. Don't really know what's happening. Consomme. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is after these are cooked, we remove the vegetables from the broth. while also saving the broth. And then we add the vegetables in here. Then we add some of this into that. In a loaf pan, pour a thin layer of gelatin. Pour a thin layer of gelatin. Pour a thin layer of gelatin. I've only got...
Well, you're supposed to have boiling water to that.
This is all the gelatin. This is all the gelatin that I got. Well, okay, alright. How about after we're done with this, after I move the vegetables over, I can add some of that to this. You know, is that a good idea? And then this could be my thin layer, right?
As long as that's boiling.
Yes.
Because it's got to dissolve the bits.
I gotcha. So now we just wait. We gotta wait till this is cooked. Give it a stir a couple times. You gotta place it in the refrigerator to chill?
Yeah, that's how gelatin works.
Oh man. Should I add a little bit more beef broth to this? Maybe.
You're the chef.
I'm not a chef, I'm just some guy. I'm just some guy who was lucky enough to have you with a camera. I don't know what I'm doing. Are you kidding me? I hope that was okay. Now I'm nervous. People are gonna make fun of me. Have you met my sous chef? Why are you laughing? This is my sous chef.
It's your moo chef.
Shut your mouth. That's the funniest thing I've heard all day.
Don't worry, it's only 1:30.
Yeah, I've still got the rest of the day to go. It's 1:53 actually. Does it? Okay, I need you to read this with me. Well, you know what? Excuse for a sec. Watch this move. Are you ready? Master Chef. Is that good? That's pretty sweet, eh? We'll let that sit. Add a quarter cup boiling water. Stir constantly until completely dissolved. What's up? That's how I flirt with the ladies. When I see a lady like across the room and she's not like looking at me, I'll just be like, hey. Hey, what's up? And she'll be all like, because I didn't get her attention first and she doesn't know that I'm there. Oh! Let's go.
Get mixing.
I'm mixing. I think we let it sit for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, how's that look?
Good.
Now what? So we gotta get all the veggies from in there to in there.
Okay, water.
It's broth. Move that right. Ow, ow, ow! It's hot. Move that right out of the way. Ah, what the hell? So what I'm thinking we will do, this might be different than what you are thinking that we will do, is dink. Could have sworn we had like a thing.
What kind of a thing?
Like a thing, you know? Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do.
Like a strainer?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
No, not a strainer. Like something for me to put my utensils on.
Oh, yeah, it's in the wash.
This is gonna work out fine. Too many vegetables? Nah.
You only did a whole onion and 4 celery stalks.
Celery.
Celery.
That worked out. That's fine, dude. Good. Okay. Now what we do... Pickles! I forgot to cut the pickles! I didn't cut the pickles! I didn't do the pickles! I gotta get another cutting board. They call me, my nickname is double, triple cutting board because I keep putting them in the goddamn sink before I'm done using them. Oh! It's pretty good, eh? Actually not bad. Can't get it out of the jar. I got it. We'll do 4 pickles. We'll cut the end off this one here. Is this how they wanted us to cut the pickles? This is how we're cutting it. Maybe 4 pickles was a lot. Maybe 3 pickles. And then I'll eat the 3rd and 4th. Why did I do that? Oh, it just gets worse.
Looks gross.
What do you mean it looks gross?
Pickles and meat? Come on.
It looks amazing.
Doesn't go together.
That's a lot of pickles. Maybe I shouldn't have even done 3. That was kind of tasty. Ah! This scared you so bad. Okay, combine celery, onion, pickles with the meat. Okay, so I think we just add this to this, right? That sound about right? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Now what? We gotta chill this, right? Heat gently. In a 1.5 quart loaf pan, pour thin layer of gelatin. We do not have a loaf pan. Or a bun pan. But you know what we do have? Casserole dish! Watch this. Ready? Just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. That's stupid. Should I add another packet of gelatin in here?
Follow your heart.
Should I add more broth?
Definitely not that.
Oh. I'm gonna add another packet of gelatin. What are we gonna do with the rest of the gelatin that we have in our cupboard?
I'm sure you'll do more gelatin.
Oh god, yeah. Maybe next time I'll be better with the gelatin. Pour a thin layer of gelatin. What do we do with the rest of the gelatin? Oh, it's boiling. I don't think it's supposed to boil. Oh, add salt, pepper, and beef to the remainder of the gelatin mixture. That's what we do with the rest of this. How have I been skipping over that step the whole time? Alright, you ready for this? Pew! Salt. Whoa. A little bit of salt. Boom! Boo! What up? Not bad. Parsley. Stir it together. What? What are you looking at? Place in the refrigerator.
Add salt and pepper to the beef.
Yeah.
You did parsley.
Whatever.
Did you add the pepper?
No, not yet. Who cares? I'll add the parsley whenever I damn well feel like
You
it.
need the pepper.
I'll add the parsley whenever I damn well feel like it.
There we go. You're chilling that.
I know I should be.
That takes a while to chill.
Does it?
Yeah.
Is that a thin enough layer? Or is that too thick?
That's good.
And then it said, oh, do we have room in the fridge?
Speed it up by putting it in the freezer.
Do we have room in the freezer?
No.
Shoot. Oh, expert idea. Expert idea. Hold on a sec. Now what do you think? I feel like an idiot. Okay. I think that'll help with the cooling process. Now we'll put her in the fridge. Well, in the meantime, we can add this to this.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is it?
Add salt, pepper, beef to the remainder of gelatin mixture.
Okay.
Right? That doesn't seem like a lot of gelatin, though. I feel like there should be more gelatin.
Maybe it's just to coat everything.
Maybe. See, I feel like there should be enough in there to cover the whole thing. You know what I mean? So, now what we're gonna do is do a bit of a time skip. While that's cooling off, we should clean up the kitchen a little bit. So, by the time that I snap my fingers, when I snap my fingers, this whole kitchen will be cleaned. Stop dancing. Stop dancing! We're dirty dancing. I'm dirty Dan. Alright! My dudes. We clean up the kitchen again. Wow, it looks so good. While we chilled the thing, and then off camera, I just scooped the beef and extreme amount of pickle mixture into the thing. And then we put that in the fridge for like 20 minutes. So let's take a look. I haven't seen it since we put it in. Wow. It looks so good. It looks so good. I mean, it just looks like beef, onion. I don't know. It looks fine, I guess.
Just eat it out of the pot.
We don't have a big plate. No, but I wanted to flip it and try and cut it into slices.
Oh.
We don't have a big plate. Wait, do we have like a platform to put this on? This.
I have it.
The lid. We can flip it onto the lid and have it like that.
Big cutting board.
Oh.
It only had onion on it.
Well, that's not nearly as fun as my idea. The cutting board. Yo, what up? She makes a return. Okay, are we ready? How about it? Okay, so I'll do this, right? You can hear it dropping. You can hear it dropping. I don't know how to do this.
We didn't spray it.
Oh, we didn't spray. We didn't. Wait.
It didn't call for spraying, so I forgot.
Okay. This is alright. This is okay. How does that look? Does that look alright?
Sure.
The gelatin didn't come out with it. It actually just stayed in the... Okay. So, I actually don't have any words for what's happening right now. That's pretty gross, right? Is it just me that's thinking that? Beck, thoughts?
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Okay. Do you want to try it?
Hell yeah.
I'll go first. So this piece here seems to have a lot of gelatin on it. So I gotta get some gelatin. I gotta get a pickle and some onion. Here we go. That's pretty good. Yo, the pickle adds really well to the beef. That's unreal. Hold on a sec. No way. That's crazy. Give me the, you try it. Yo, this is Beck.
Hey.
Are you gonna get the jelly?
Yeah. Gotta get the jelly. I need to get pickle on here first.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's actually not bad. What do you think? It's
Not bad. Not good.
What? It's not good? Dude, that was really good. Like the flavor of the pickle with the beef? Like surprisingly good.
I don't like cold meats.
Oh, true. Do you want to microwave it?
No.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is I guess we'll just spoon that back in there. Like I'm not throwing that out. That's good. Like
You're crazy.
I'll eat it. Like I would eat that.
You're crazy.
Oh, we were gonna have tacos tonight. We can.
You can have this in your taco. I'll make my own.
Oh, okay. Sure. Sweet. All right.
That's like a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. Yeah, but what was the oyster?
0.
0 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
It's like the jelly is not very good. It's like
It's just
slimy. If I get like a big old bite. Mm-hmm. 7 out of 10. Like if somebody served me that, like if I went to somebody's house for dinner and somebody served me that, I would be pumped. I'd be more than alright with it. That's good.
I feel like I was generous with the 5.
What? Oh my god.
It's not bad. It doesn't actually taste bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's just cold and slimy.
I have a sneaking suspicion that if it actually jellified in there
It'd be better.
and be like it was like a jelly cake, I think it'd be worse.
Oh.
I think it would be too jelly because the amount of jelly that's in there right now is tolerable at best. But if there was any more, like I couldn't do that. I'm gonna spoon this back in there. That's like a meal. That's like my lunch tomorrow. That's good. You were right though. Should have just ate it right out of the pot. I was really hoping it would come out like a cake. So when we put the beef in the casserole dish, I was kind of looking at it and I was like, I think we need more gelatin. It was not gelatiny at all. And I think I was right. I think we should have made some and put more in. We know for next time. Not that I was gonna say, not that I'll ever make this again. But now I know beef goes really well with pickles. That surprised the heck out of me, dude. I didn't expect that at all. Like, even a little bit. I thought I was gonna hate it. Beef goes well with pickles. It's really good. We need a thumbnail. And as per usual, I always make my thumbnails in video, right? As we're watching. I'll probably do something like this. Or we could try something like this. Or we could try something like this. That'd be pretty good. What's your final verdict?
Not bad.
Not bad. I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was pretty good. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. That'll get eaten. I might like, you know, it would be really nice, like a tortilla, like heat it up, maybe a little bit of cheese. I think that'd be good. You don't think that'd be good?
No.
Oh, okay.
Cheese and pickles?
Cheese and, I don't know, maybe, I said a little bit of cheese. You don't want the two to clash. In a tortilla, like rolled up. How do I end this? And this has been an episode of Recipe Dumpster Diving. This time the recipe wasn't rotten. We found that dumpster in that we found it in that dumpster real fast. They threw that out, we picked it out within the same hour even. It's pretty good. That was pretty good. And cut!